All right, guys. We are going to explore. I'm going to get the iPad ready, and then I'll talk about why I didn't necessarily put major descriptions on these sound um, samples, and I'll tell you that in just a minute. I kind of touched on it as I was recording videos, so give me 1 second while I get this iPad up. This way I can see if you're commenting or asking any questions. I meant to turn on my keyboard. I guess I could do that right now too. Why not? And then I will show you what I'm doing. All right. So let's start with saying this. Between frequencies is literally textured samples. What does that mean for those that may not know? It's basically different, me using various tools to create these little samples that you can take and chop bits and pieces or use the whole sample in the background of your music. So they are randomly put together. There's no rhyme or reason how they're put together, why they're put together that way. There's no story. This is not an album. It's none of that. It's just textured samples that you can use that I've made from scratch or using samples where I've done a couple techniques on them to try to give you some texture. This is how I create music when I want to make stuff in the background. So the reason why I put it as free, one, because nobody knows me for making any samples. Two, it's my first time. And I want you guys just to explore it and see if it's even useful for you. Because if it's not useful for you, I totally understand. Some people will not need this or want this. And that's okay. It's not for you. It's for the people that like to use texture in their music. So let me go through and get the chat up just in case somebody asks me a question. Give me 1 second. Make sure the volume's down. Okay, cool. It looks like I'm the only one. If you don't watch my videos or anything like that, you probably will never even seen what I make. And if you're thinking this is some type of sample pack that has piano playing or guitars in it, nope, it's not that. Okay. Let me show you. So here's number one, BF1. Now the reason why I just kept it BF between frequencies one is because there's 20 in this particular pack, and um I don't want to label these. If I start labeling them, then it takes it out of context. You need to use your ears, listen to the texture, see if it's something that works in your track. It's not meant to be a chopped up loop that you play back like a rhythm loop. So this is one. This is glitchy. So if you want to move around, I'm using Koala just so you can see it. Like let's say just this part appeals to you, then you might take this little part here and now just use it, all right, in your song. Maybe we'll expand it a little bit. Let's go to about right there. Chop it over here and then crop. Now you have this little bit to which you could reverse it or put some stretch on it or do whatever else you want. So let's keep it going regular. I'm going to time stretch it to 16. I'm going to change the BPM because I want something kind of slow. So we're going to go 66. Now the sample starts to change again. It's a little different. It's just textural pieces to put. You could take the stretch off. But if you want to get it close to what your BPM, let's say you want to work in, I don't know, 80. Now, time stretch in Koala is not the greatest, but it's useful. You click stretch. Every time you stretch it at a different tempo, it's going to be something different. Let's say you go back into your piece here and you say, okay, but I really want this little piece over here. So maybe you take this. Now, what you can do with this is you can make yourself an instrument. So I'm going to just move it a little bit this way. Then you can play it on the piano as an instrument. Get different pitches, right? I don't know. Let's pick some. Right. So there's just different ways to use it. You may not even want to use that. You may want to zoom in and only capture a small little portion of it. It's literally a texture track. Or somebody may say, I want to put this texture track on the background of my drone or on the background of something else to give it some other character, or use it in a texture piece to where it could be following your drums or something. There's so many ways to use texture in music. I don't want to tell you how to use texture. That's your assignment as the producer, as the person who's making the music. I can show you how I would use it, but then do you want to do music like me, or do you just want to make music and try to find your own lane? That's the key you have to figure out. What's up, Lou? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you, Lou. Yeah. I mean, literally, it's free, guys. I mean, it's texture I made. So if you want to put $1 on it and support, cool. If you can't put $1, do not put $1 if you can't. I don't want you spending money if you can't, right? Only if you can and you feel the desire to contribute, cool. Remember, this is me just giving back to you guys for being a supportive of my channel. It's just a give back, okay? So accept the gift. It'll get better as time goes. I'll probably try different things. Let's listen to another sample. We'll just drop one here. This one I'm gonna take the piano off just because I don't know what it is. So it sounds like an alien abduction or some. So you don't have to use all of this. Maybe you just want to, let's see what's over here. Make an instrument out of something like that, and then put the piano on it, click it. This is Japanese. Let's just get like a pentatonic. Pitch it if you want. It's up to you. I mean, how you use it is going to be literally up to you. And again, I don't want to tell you how to use it. You're the creative person. You make the music. But you can kind of get a gist of how it's supposed to be. So let's go listen to a different one. They're all so different. If I described this to you and told you it's this, you might say, no, it's that. You see what I'm saying? So if I try to tell you the pack is only, it's not like an album where I'm making songs and I say I can tell you this is my music. I was inspired this way to do it. I'm just making you texture samples that you can use in the background. Let's turn that piano off because now it's getting crazy. This one sounds like a thunderstorm, kind of. So when I'm making these, sometimes I'm playing certain parts, sometimes I'm randomly creating parts, I'm stacking parts. It's just a lot of different things going on. So it's hard to describe other than say it's texture, guys. Texture can be anything, right? It could be the rain outside, it could be a tape recorder, it could be there's so many things about that's why I like texture because it's so different every time you use it that it keeps your music from becoming stagnant and being the same thing. Can you put this in a hip hop song? Absolutely. It could be the opening intro to your song. So you press here and it stopped there. Let's say, let's do this. Or let's, you know what? I like that part too, but let's go here and reverse this part. This could be the intro to your song. Right? And then it goes into a dope beat and then some chords or whatever you're going to do. Then you could take a segment of this texture over here and have it looped. And it's just that part playing in the background of your music. Lower the volume. Maybe like 5 dB. It's cool. And just have that playing in the background. Then when you start adding in drums, so let's just go get some drums. I'm going to try to get some drum breaks because then I can show you without having to sit here and, oops, that's not what I want. Maybe here, see if there's any drum breaks in this. Let me find some drum breaks. Let's see, let's go with Booze. Here we go. Because his stuff, all right, cool, that'll work. Now, I'm not telling you need to use a drum break. I'm just showing you an idea of what you can do. So you see how this is playing in the background? Let's start this drum break here. Now, if I came in with some keys over that, you know, whatever I'm going to play, right? So let's see. Let's pull up. Let me see if I can pull Pigments. Let me see if I can grab. Can you guys see? Let me see if you can hear Pigments. If somebody's in the chat, let me know if you hear Pigments when I play it. Let me turn the Osmos on. Oh, shoot. Didn't mean to do that. Hold on. See what I'm talking about? And this is just a real whatever type sample. I'm just giving you an idea. Let's see. So let's say you like that, but then you want to add to it, you want a different part going on. You could have a couple textures layered from the texture that you have. So here you go. Let's play this one forward. Maybe this one you wanted a little. Let's put something in it. Let's try that. All right, so. This is what texture is for. It's just something in the background to give the music some life, something different. Now, if I just turn this off, it's just a beat with this piano is layered pretty good for texture, but if you just had, let me get you something that's not as layered. Hold on. So it'll come up. I'm looking for just a basic piano. Explore. I don't really have just basic pianos in here, but let me see if I can find something that's not so. Most of the time when you get stuff in here, let's open a different, let's do Omnisphere just because I have pianos in there. That's the reason why. So we're just going to go to Keyscape. You don't need to have Keyscape. You can use any piano you want. Hopefully you guys can hear that piano. Turn off that texture. So I just got a beat going on just so you can hear. Can you guys, is there anybody? Oh, you can hear it? Okay, perfect. All right, let me open it up again. I wasn't sure if you were able to hear it. I would have to test it. Let me see. All right, let me get the piano real quick. Keyscape. Again, you do not need Keyscape to do what I'm doing. I'm going to get this dark score piano. It's got too much going on. Let me do it with this regular piano. All right, cool. Now I move it out the way. Hold on, I got to set it up. So Omnisphere, let me play. Because I have it on MPE right now, so I got to make sure. Okay. So let me turn the MPE on just so it'll play. All right, cool. All right, so here, I'm obviously making mistakes here, cutting Omnisphere off. That's not my intention, but hold on, let me fix this. MPE. Sorry, guys, about my weird mistakes here. View all directories, switch back to parts. We're just going to go into Keyscape one more time and do this the right way. All right, so here's a piano, right? That sounds okay. I mean, that works, right? But what makes that different from anybody else playing the same type of piano, right? Riff. It's the texture they use with it. So we're going to start these texture pieces up that we selected. I need to turn the volumes down on these a little bit because we're running 2, so it gets pretty loud. So let me see. All right, so there you go. That's just a real quick, not really practicing anything, idea of one way to use texture. I'm going to get rid of this one. That one will be more glitchy, I guess. Let's see what's going on here. All right, let's try this one. PF11. See what's in there. We don't need to stretch it. Now this volume is a little low. Couple ways in Koala is just stack it, go mix, keep stacking it until you get the volume you want. The other way is to normalize. So let's do the normalize on this one. We'll just go through and normalize it. There it is. It's a little glitch at the front. I'm gonna just move that off. If you guys have any problems with one particular, let me know and I'll fix it. This one was a little low, so I might go back and fix it. So this literally could ride in the back of a track. So let's crop. I'm going to stretch it. That could work. Maybe I don't want to use all of it. I just want to use a little bit of it. So I'm just going to grab from there. I'm going to turn it back just a little more on the volume. So I'll put that behind. I'm not going to layer it in here or sequence it in here because that's extra time. I'm just going to loop it. So while it's playing, let's see what I can come up with. Okay, so I'm just playing some chords, whatever. But you get the point. That texture is just in the background. That's what it's for. What's good, hero? I know you know about texture. Yeah, so texture, guys, it's what makes the songs different. We all play same chords after a while. It gets to be the same thing. But what makes your song different is rhythm, the rhythm you choose to use, and the texture you put in the track. So I'm offering you 20 free textural parts that you can use in any of your songs. You don't need to get it you don't need to get permission from me to use it. Just don't sell it. But other than that, to use it in your music, it's free for you to use. And only did this because you guys support the channel and I appreciate it. So here's something to give back. If you want to donate toward the channel, you could not put zero and put something in there if you want. Again, I leave that up to you, but there's no need to do that if you don't want to or don't have it. All right? Just use the stuff in your music. So this one's got a little more to it, but if you go in and find yourself a little loop, just loop it out. Pitch it, turn it down, whatever you want to do. So I wouldn't use this for this, but I'm just showing you that you could put hip hop drums over it. There you go. Do you need texture in every track? No, that's the truth. Does it make the track sound uniquely different? Yes, and that's the benefit. So choose your sections and pieces. You might not want this, so you move over. This might be good for an intro. This might be good for an outro. This might be good for a break in the song. You can use it for anything. If you're making cinematic, this is definitely up your alley. Ambient for sure. If you time stretch it or reverse it, you get different sounds and tones. You can stretch this however you want. 16. Watch this. It's almost now going to be a drone. But then you'll get little glimpses of stuff. Then you can layer the parts. So watch this. We're going to lower the volume a lot, but so loop, hit. Now, these aren't the drums I would put. This is more ambient, but you can use it for that too. I mean, hip hop works on everything. Hip hop is like gumbo to me, you know? You can put that, you can put just about anything and make it, as long as the flavor is good, it's going to taste good, right? And hip hop is so universal too that people around the world are using it with their cultural styles of music. And so you don't have to limit yourself to what you hear on the radio or what's popular. Just try stuff out, explore. That's the joy of it, right? There's 20 in here. I've only shown you like what, 3, 4. There's another one here. I have no clue what it's going to sound like because I can't remember. That's the joy of it. So I could layer that or find a part here. Let's see what this. Cool. I'll take that little part, loop it, and stack it. So now it's gonna, I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. Get my drift? Texture. Don't leave home without it. So, if you take anything from what I'm saying, just understand texture can be anything that you put. It's always sitting between frequencies of some sort, and that's why it's called between frequencies. And it's where you place it and put it. You could actually pan this different directions. And this one this way a little bit. Or maybe keep that one in the center and then pan that one a little. And now it sounds more spacious. You could put, if you go to the mixer, throw bit cooker on. 32, I like 32. Drop that down to like 12. I love the sound of 12-bit. Put that on the mixer, and then over here you can start putting more reverb, or you could do whatever, delays. Put some delays on your textures too. Sometimes you come up with some new sounds that you like. I'm not going to show you. I'm just telling you that you can do this type of stuff. Resample it if you want to. Go to your performance effects. Tempo delay. Tempo delay is one of my favorite for drums, but Guys, there's so much you can do with texture. There you go. If it cuts off too soon, that's okay. Just zoom in and figure out where you want it to. Put a little release on it on the tail end to where it goes off. Stretch it. 16 bars. Different stretch algos. And now you just made your own texture by layering parts and bits and pieces to make a textural background using the texture I gave you. So texture is fully recyclable. No, truly it is. It's just noise and different frequencies that hit the listener's eardrum while you're listening to the music. And you, most of the time, don't know it's there because that beat got your head nodding, right? But that texture's in the back. And then you're playing over the top. Texture. All right? I think I've shown you guys enough. It's time for y'all to go out and use this stuff and make music. No need to watch me make music. I do it all the time. Somebody told me I didn't make music on my channel. I laughed because I put out 6, 7, 8 albums in a year, okay? I make music. The problem is people get caught up in watching people make music, and it's fun. It is enjoyable. But I'm serious. Go out, make some music, use these textures. I'll be doing more later. I'm gonna take a break from doing it. I've been working on it for about a month, maybe 3 to 4 weeks or something like that to get it done. Trying not to give you the same texture on every one. Um, they are different, and it's very hard to describe texture to you. So it's easier for me to get on here and just show you a video of what it is, right? Layered parts, stacked, played. Nothing is the same on it all the way through. Very little bit of repetitiveness. And the purpose of that is to allow you to find parts, discover little pockets of sound that help you to build texture for your back of your track. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like with Omnisphere 3, when you use the mutate, you're, building these presets, right? That you like. So very much similar to like what a sound pack can be, is these are little get you started points, right? And then your objective is to mutate or move these things into spaces where it fills the frequencies that you need. Every song has some gap in the frequency. So where do you find the between sonic areas that you want to paste that sound in? And that's what we're doing. We're using texture to do that. So every song has it, unless it's just even a acoustic guitar song has some textural stuff going on in it. Could be the air in the room, the ambience in the room that they recorded in, something like that. Or if you hear a live album where you can hear kind of the crowd or some noises, and that's a form of texture. It may not be the texture you want on your album, but I'm just saying that's a form of it, right? Of texture. It's the stuff in the background. You're making them from scratch. Okay. So you're using are you using samples with it, or are you using just the waveforms? Because I know they have all the waveforms in there, and you can make really easy. You can make that. So for instance, if you go into this grand piano, let me do it in Omnisphere. So we're gonna go. This is it in the Omnisphere version. So you can see this is a sample. It's a wave sample of some sort. But I can go in here and I can bring samples in, or I can use like FM and find some frequencies from these. I can shape. That'd be weird to put that on a piano. But anyway, you get the point. You could add in. Let me do it up here. Hold on. That's loud. That wasn't my plan. But anyway, you can a sample or a synth is what I was meaning to say. So here we are with a synth. Sorry about that loud crash. That was loud on my end, so I'm sure and you can see these like let's put in this one. Then you can blend how much is playing with that piano. So it's or you can drop your own waveform in there and do or your own wave in there and do it. You're going from the initialized patch. Yeah, and you can do that too. You can initialize the patch and then let me see. It's in here, initialize patch. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, go from the initialized patch. You can start with this one or you can grab another one. These are the classics, the EDM wave tables, the digital ones. The analog ones are cool. You can put that in. Change your filters. Saturate it. Put some effects on it. Add granular. You can stack them too. So you could have another one, maybe something from here. Turn it on. Yeah. Add some shimmer. I mean, there's so much you can do. It's ridiculous. Omnisphere is a beats of its own. Turn off those. Yeah, the oscillators, initialize the patch, add a shimmer reverb. I mean, my gosh, you could be on here for days teaching people even how to make their own patches, but it takes a lot of time. It does take some effort. So if you're knowing like, hey, I want a piano, then maybe you start with the piano and then add something to it. That can be fun too. And you can use texture with that. So you could drop in, start with a piano, take these texture samples, pick a piece of it, drop it in as a wave in there, and then add that to your piano and create something new with texture to it. So, so many ways to do this, guys. Grab the pack, it's free. Um, if there's any problems with the pack, like as far as something doesn't show up, one of the sounds, let me know. I'll be glad to um, fix it. I mean, most of the time it's just going to be a volume issue if there's anything it shouldn't be, but you never know. Stuff like that happens sometimes. So I tried to check most of them and I didn't have too much of a problem. But look, there's so many ways to make music. I'm just offering what I can, what I use personally. And you guys can take it and explore and expand. And that's the fun part about music is the art is endless as long as you have a desire to make it, right? So starts with a desire and then you build from there. All right, guys, go enjoy the pack. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am going to do the same. And I'll see you on the next video. All right, I'm out.